Guys, I'm assuming everybody's in here.
Hello, everybody.
Right, guys, we are looking at Banter bubbles here. We've got Rollbit 6% up. We've got VET 7%. CAS is doing it again to us, 7.1%. It was firing at 10% just now. We've had some news on TON, which is 9% up. It had some kind of partnership with somebody, guys. I don't know if you saw that somewhere. We've got Roon breaking a trend, and XLM is red, 7% down. And surprise, surprise, BTC is just flat, sitting in this range once again. After promising so much the other day, we are back mid-range. We had average CPI news. The market maybe is reacting a little bit to it, but we've got Jay here. He's gonna take us through the S&P. He's gonna take us through some Bitcoin, and then we're gonna dive straight into these alts. We do have some alts breaking trends. We've got some alts pushing into big resistance zones, so possible shorts brewing again for us. So Jay, let's get right into it. Hit us with some BTC. Tell us what the CPI deal is, and if we need to be careful, or not.
Hello, everybody. Yeah, so I have been missing action in the last 2 days, but nonetheless, let us.
Well, it's good to have you back, Jay.
Thank you. Appreciate that. So I'm on a website called forestfactory.com. And what information we get off this website is around the news, what's happening in the markets. And what I'm looking for today is the CPI that's just come out literally almost 2 hours ago. And what you need to do once you've gone onto this website is go to the top right-hand corner here and just set your time zone to where you are residing before you actually go down and have a look at these numbers. So that sets your time zone. But if we have a look at the CPI today, as Dylan alluded, the market on the month was expecting 0.2. We have come out at 0.3, so it's a bit hotter. That's a core. The CPI month is 0.6, and that was to what was expected. And then the CPI year to year is sitting at 3.7 versus a forecast of 3.6, and previously it was 3.2. So the CPI inflation is looking worse off on a year-to-year basis here than previously. So I think the markets, initially we started moving up, and I see now that we've had a bit of a pullback in the S&P. So right now we're not too sure, what direction it's going to take, but I'm assuming that we might have a bit of a downside in the stock market, towards the end of the session. That's my sort of feeling. But nonetheless, we trade the charts. So we're going to have a look at the charts now. Okay, I'm going to start off with Bitcoin. Tell me you can see my Bitcoin chart there. Anybody? Got it. Awesome. So 2 days ago, which was on Monday, we had that down candle that came and captured liquidity. We were looking at a possible retrace there. We were all hoping for a retrace to 24,800, which was the June low. It came down to just above that, around 24,900. And that actually created a bullish divergence. So what I mean by that is that the RSI, the Relative Strength Index, on the 18th of August was lower than when it was on Monday, yet price dropped lower than on the 18th of August. This created a bullish divergence, and you can see that we immediately pushed up. And we once again back into that painful tight range between 26,300 going down to a support of 25,800. So it's really stuck in that range once again. And this resistance, 26,300, has been a pest since the middle of August. So no clear direction at the moment, except for one indicator that is indicating a bullish divergence here that we're hoping that will push up. So if it gets through 26,300, the next resistance area would be the range high at 26,800. And then through there, we got various levels going up to possibly this daily resistance line that comes all the way from the middle of July. So I would imagine that would once again be acting as resistance when you get up here. That would be in the area around 28, which is the same area that we tested at the end of August. And it's the same area that we tested in the end of May. So there is quite a bit of resistance up here at 28. But unfortunately, we need to see some more candles here. We want to see a breakout of this range, whether it's to the upside out of 26,300 or below 25,800. Okay, Ethereum. Ethereum following BTC very closely, also created a bullish divergence on Monday. RSI did not confirm that drop, going all the way down to that level of 1535. We can see that we've moved up now, and this support range high of 1600 is now acting as resistance, and Ethereum for the last 2 days has not been able to break through that level. So what we would like to see is a breakthrough there, and for price to come back and down, and the 1600 now to act as support, and then hopefully we would like to see a move once back up again, up to the 1650 level, which will be the next resistance. We've also got this daily descending resistance line that comes from the middle of July, similar to Bitcoin, and that level is at about 1680, and I would imagine this will be quite a tough resistance area if price happened to get up here. Okay, so the chart really that I've been looking at today is the Bitcoin dominance, and the reason why I'm looking at it is that we have broken through a daily resistance line that has been in place since the end of June. So it's been acting as resistance in there since then. The dominance has dropped, indicating that the Bitcoin has lost some dominance, and we came to a support on the 21st of August, pretty much went sideways, and then from the 7th of September started moving up, and we have just broken out of here. We're currently at resistance. We've got a small resistance level here at 50. If we get through that 50 level, I would imagine the next one will be at 51. You can see it was actually a support here on the beginning of July. And then we got that 52% that we tested at the end of June. That will be the next resistance area. But the dominance moving up here is indicating that the liquidity has been sucked out of alts. And alts are obviously general alts, I'm not saying all alts. Generally, alts are dropping, slow bleed, and Bitcoin's gaining dominance in the process.
Yeah, we're seeing a little bit of action from some alts.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm looking at my little watch list here, and some of them are very green. We've got a 9%, 4%, 3%, 3%. And there's some news coming out, so there is action out there for us if we prepared to hunt and to look for it.
There's Roon, for example. Roon's got a nice bullish pennant that's formed here. Just having a look at it quickly. The reason I'm looking at Roon is it's made a 4% today, and a knock I see there's 9.5. So just looking at Roon here, we've got a nice bullish pennant that's formed here. So possibly some more upside.
We got some nice looking alts here for you guys. Jay, what are you trading right now?
Okay, so I'm in a short on render. And then David said I should short OP, but it hasn't dropped yet. So
we both shorted OP. We were talking about it yesterday. So guys, we'll update OP as well. Bruce is here. What are you trading, Bruce?
I got out of I was in Brazil yesterday all day, and I got out of that. I also took a Tomo trade yesterday. I'm out of both of them right now.
Nice. Chris is here. Chris, what do you got?
Both are good.
At the moment, I just went short on XRP, and I took a risky long on comp in case it gets another pump. It's had a 50% retracement, so I took a long on the 50 fib and stop loss at entry on that just to see what happens.
Nice.
But
Dave, what do you
mostly
got?
looking for shorts.
Yeah, I think that's what we need to be looking for still. Dave, what do you got there?
Yeah, so I am building a CAS short. I shorted Link and also in that OP short currently.
Okay, so long
Looking for shorts.
I think just shorts. Okay, cool. So I am still in a Sol. I am short OP, and I've been playing around with Lena and SXP, believe it or not. Just happened to be on my list, and I just grabbed some, jumped in, jumped out. So just messing around in there currently. Let's look at some of these alts. Let's deal with this Optimism quickly.
Can I finish off here?
Oh, you still great, Jay. Sorry.
Can
What's
you still
happening?
see my screen there?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
got the SPX in front of us.
Yeah, S&P 500. Stock markets, so we've dropped down. This was last week, Thursday, came down to that support area of 4430. We had immediate reaction there. The bull stepped in, moved up to that next resistance level, not area level, around almost 4.5. Pushed back down, and now we on the support area of 4460. So we are waiting to see what happens here. Are we going to get a reaction back to the upside? We're not too sure. But the indicators that obviously drive the stock market is the 10-year yields and the DXY. So let's start with the DXY because this is the main one. And the DXY is now at a major area of resistance. And if I go to the 2-day chart, I can show it a bit better here. So you can see that this area at around about 105 to 106 was support in August last year. It was resistance in January this year. It was resistance in March this year. So I would imagine this area is going to be a very, very strong resistance to get through. And if we go to smaller time frames, like going down to the 4-hour, you can see it has been acting as resistance now since Thursday last week. So, and we have had multiple touches here where it's trying to break through, but I would imagine that we could start coming down possibly and coming down and retest these lower support areas. So the first support area would be this daily support line that is coming from July, the middle of July. We touched again at the end of August, and I would imagine that would be the first test. And you can see it is a resistance area down here at 104.32. So I would imagine a possible drop to 104.30. Then the next area of support is at 103.5. That's if we break through this daily support line and come back down again. The 10-year yield is also at resistance. And this resistance has been, we touched it in October. We touched it once again in the 22nd of August, and you can see we are in this resistance area where we're hoping for rejection here too, and then a drive back down again to test the support at around 4.1, where the daily support line is also coming in from beginning of May this year. Okay, so rejection on 10-year yield, rejection on DXY, that would actually be bullish for the markets. Total market cap, similar to Bitcoin. We got a bullish divergence here on the total, similar to Bitcoin, similar to ETH. Came down and tested this area of 980. It's the same area that was tested in June this year. Captured liquidity, pushed straight back up again. And now we are finding resistance at the top of the range support at 1.02. What we would like to see is obviously a breakthrough here, a retest to find this area now support, and then a pushback higher. We do have a daily resistance line that is coming all the way from the middle of July that I would imagine to be resistance once again, and that is in the area of 1.04. And you can see that it is a bit of a resistance area where we're in this range here since the 18th of August all the way to the 8th of September. So 1.04 would be an area where we would obviously get quite tough resistance if we had to move up there. Okay, I think that is it. Then the DXY, we've all seen that DXY. We keep a very close eye on it. So DXY, USDT, apologies. USDT is obviously a stable coin. And what we're looking at here is the effect of cash coming out of the trading coins into stable or vice versa. And a USDT where it is gaining in dominance indicates that cash is leaving the trading coins and coming to stable, going into stable. And we have built this massive bullish pennant since August last year. So it's over a year old, this massive bullish pennant. And you can see there's been multiple touches both to the up and to the down support. We did try and break through this area yesterday. It got rejected at the first area of resistance, 8.5%. It's come back down to retest that support of 8.09. And we are now back into that pennant. So let us keep a close eye on here. We're not too sure whether this is a rejection to see possible downside. If we do see downside, that indicates that cash is leaving stable and going back into the market. Or is this a retest and we're going to push higher again? Obviously, a move higher will be bearish for the trading market. I think that's it.
Thanks, Jay. Guys, I've got an idea. Jay does all these nice charts and this macro stuff for us. We're going to get Jay into the Discord. We're going to get Jay's charts dropped in there every day. So you guys can just reference that before we tee up the meeting or our live session. You can take a look at some of those charts and just make sure you're up to date. Yeah, good stuff, Jay. Thanks. I mean, you guys can see how much we are watching all the time and paying attention to. There's a lot going on here. The mechanics of trading these shit coins involves lots of other stuff there on the outside. Nice one, Jay. Okay, cool. So let's bring up some more of these alts. I noticed in the chat, Greg is firing away once again. He's showing off some longs there. I see we've got a nice mix of people. Yeah, there's people from Canada, Dubai. It's all happening. Guys, let us know in the chats what you are trading as well. I'm keen to see what you guys are involved in. I see Rodolfo was also quite happy with that Nakamoto Games move there, guys. That's had a nice pump. We're going to look at that now as well. So yeah, lots happening out here. Comp, I opened comp because Chris was talking about it, but I'm going to let Chris deal with that just now. If he wants to, he can take us through that. BTC, I see we got a little bit more green on BTC here. It's still mid-range, but you can see it's making its way up. We can touch on that just now. We'll keep watching it throughout the session. Right, so here's DYDX 4 hour. We are pushing into trend, so there is a possible trend break on its way. Like we did say before we started here, we are sort of leaning towards shorts. So I wouldn't get too excited just yet. For me personally, if we do get these trend breaks, I want to see a pullback, and I want to see if that support holds before I start looking for long. So we are still looking very carefully at some of these alts. A lot of these are resistance areas. So just be careful out there. Don't get too excited too quickly. You can see this DYDX, for example, trend pressure, 618 pressure. So just be careful here. Let it break up. Let it reject at the horizontal or a fib area. Let it pull back, and let's see what happens there. Okay, so that's for the bulls out there. Just be patient. Let's take a look at Optimism. So this is the one, me and Dave, we both short Optimism, and we explained yesterday why we liked it. It had dropped so much from that head and shoulders, and it's pumped back into trend and a massive area, the 618, and you can see it's fighting here, this trend, this horizontal. So I'm holding my short position still on Optimism. I'm not rushing to exit. I'm still watching this 618 here. So I want to see if Optimism does pop. I want to see what happens in this region. I want to see what type of rejection we get here before I do anything and panic. I see we've just had an alarm on GRT. So GRT's just hit our short area or our resistance area. So we're going to look at that now. Okay, so as far as Optimism goes,
the other thing there, sorry, Dylan, is that we had a head and shoulders and it could be a retest of the break to the downside out of that head and shoulders, previous head and shoulders.
This horizontal here that we're looking at now.
Yeah. So we obviously had that head and shoulders. You can see it there from the 10th of July. Left shoulder head. You've drawn it in there.
Yeah, so this is a big area for us, guys. So keep your eyes on this. I'm staying in my short position on this one for now. Again, I'll probably look to cut. If we start losing the 618, I'm probably going to start looking to cut. David, I'm keen to hear your thoughts on this one too, seeing that you are short with me here.
Yeah, absolutely. So if it does react, you know, we'll get out of the short, but there's also another order block about 10% higher than where we are. That would be another entry if we do get stopped out or if we cut the position. I don't think there's anything bullish about optimism, and if, you know, myself,
Other than it being optimism.
yeah,
That's funny.
yeah, there's an order block at 147.
Sorry about that, guys.
All the way up to 151. Big order block there.
Okay, so yeah, 1.51.
Yeah, I think it's showing on the 4 hour. Yeah, there you go. Order block there.
Yeah,
So,
excuse
Bad
that
joke.
terrible joke.
Bad joke. I love
Okay. Okay, so if we push up into that order block, you can see why David likes this. Look here, 50-day MA and a trend and some horizontal going on here. So there's another big fight for optimism up here as well. So yeah, if you're bullish and you happen to be long optimism, there is still a ride up to that order block of 10%. So we'll get absolutely rinsed if we hold that thing short. So I'm going to start cutting if we lose the 618 at 1.4, and we'll relook at things up here at 1.5. But I think we will get that opportunity. We just got to time it right. And remember, there's nothing wrong with getting stopped out.
Yep.
It does happen sometimes. Okay, let's look at Link. No, Dave, I'll leave Link to you. You are trading Link. Injective, here we are on the 8 hour, guys. We had a nice little pullback on Injective. Didn't quite hit that 618. I'm just going to zoom in a little bit for you. We didn't quite hit the 618 I was looking for, but we came to look at the 200-day MA over there, and it had a decent bounce. So I didn't get the opportunity to enter again because I was looking for this area over here. So yeah, there's no real long or short right now. I think if you want to be short, you need to wait for higher. And if you want to be long, ideally for me, I'd look at a move lower first to the 6.7. Still, they try to come back, but they just didn't come deep enough for me. So just a little bit more patience on Injective here. Let's get GRT up quickly. So here's GRT. Those of you using the Banter Discord, you should have got the alarm. Hopefully you did. Let us know in the chat. So now we have entered our resistance area. And just to recap why it was a resistance zone that we were interested in, we had this massive bounce as support previously. It was tested here. So now we are turning old support into resistance. That's why you can see it's been tested once here already. This is the second time. We also have this fib over here, the 236. So it's quite a big area for me. And we were saying last time, if we lose this area and we break through it, I would still expect another rejection at the 382. So if we do happen to pop through here, I would expect something to happen here. And you can see there's another big area. So just be careful if you're long. This is your area you're gonna get a rejection or reaction if we pop through that. So I think I'm still leaning towards a GRT short here in either of these areas. I think these will be decent zones for us. Roon, little trend break. If there's any trend breakers out there who like to be long on these type of things, this could work nicely. We've got a low to a high fib pool over there. We got the 382 as support with trend. So there's a potential play here for you on Roon. We've seen it pump before. We know what it can do. Resistance zones to watch out for here, 1.63. Look out over there. Support wise, trend 382. So let's look for that. If you are low leverage and things like that, you could probably have some extra space on your stops. 1.46, 1.44, and then under that region 1.41. Those are potential areas for you. So look for that little pullback onto the 382. Let's see if you get it. could be a nice little entry there on Roon, guys. Are we even talking about this one, Cass? You remember Simon told us yesterday we bought the top and it kept going. Is Simon here?
I think he said he was out for today.
Okay, so this Cass is an absolute beast. I'm not fighting the Cass war anymore. Dave, you looking to short this thing at the 786? I'm guessing. Where are you looking to
Well, I entered it short. I'm building it a super small position, but I'm laddering into it. I really don't see it breaking the all-time high.
Okay,
So
you prepared to sweat it out, even up to the
yes.
all-time high. Okay, guys, so keep
Yep.
your eyes on that. Dave is interested in shorting this thing all the way up to that region. Could be a fun one. Just don't shoot your whole shot early. Let it build up. If this thing pops, you got to catch it. You got to make sure you got enough ammo left at the top. Otherwise, it could hurt a little bit. And remember, there'll be a lot of shorters up here in this region to 0.052. So yeah, I'm tired of trying to short Cass. I'm going to sit that one out. We'll just hold a spot position for me. I'll take it easy there. We'll just ride this thing up or down, see what happens. Magic has been looking good. We spoke about this yesterday, guys. Magic, I think we did. This is the 1 hour nice little support and trend bounce that we got. Now it's in resistance. So again, guys, you need to just exercise caution here. We can't get too excited at resistance areas. If you are long, we are entering into bear country once again. So just keep your eyes on this one. You might get a situation where we get this type of squeeze building for us, and that's always a fun one to trade. So look out for that. Bears, you're approaching your short country here, so you could look for your shorts in this area, 0.47-ish, that sort of zone, and expect maybe even a move. If we lose that area, you could expect a move down to trend, which could play out, and then the real bears kick in over there when we start doing stuff like that. One of our guests here in the chat told us what happened with TON, or TON. I think they integrated with Telegram or something, if I'm not mistaken. So there was some good news on TON. I don't know if it's going to play through and be sustainable and keep going. We'll have to wait and see. As far as I'm concerned with TON, we've had this break. We had a trend retest, and now it's going again. So just look out for this double top here. That's could be an issue. Best entries were down here. So if you want to be long on TON, you have missed the boat. You can see the 200-day drifting across over here. So I'd wait for it to settle a little bit, see what you get there around the 200-day. Let's see if we get some support here from some fibs. There's a 382 there that you can look for. 618 slightly lower down. Let's zoom in. That's looking very double top here, guys. Big area this. Okay, so let's look for a support pullback. If you are hungry for TON, TON, there's a zone there, 200-day. And then let's zoom in this fib here. 382 will tie in there. Okay, so look out for this sort of range region here. Is 1.82. That sort of level is something to keep your eyes on for TON. SXP, guys, yeah, I mean, it was a weird one for me to trade. I just randomly had a look at it, but you got a little trend break here. This could have some legs. So maybe just keep your eyes on this guy. You can see it's pushing a little bit. It's not bad today. If you look at my watch list over here, let me pull up this. Let's take a look here. Where's SXP? SXP is 1, 2, 3, 4. It's number 6 on my watch list. So it's performing today. It's 4% up. There's something happening there. So keep your eyes on this one. This is resistance here now. I'm going to pull a fib from this high to the low. Let's see what we got. 382. Okay, so we're looking at a resistance area now. So don't get too excited. Let's see what happens there. Maybe we get that, and then we can look for that pullback buy. Potentially, it could reject there. And there's a 618 as a potential target if this thing starts moving. So 0.264, 0.265 region could be a nice target if it starts moving. And VET, guys, VET's in the news for something. 8% up today or something along those lines. 8.4%.
I think Coinbase listed it.
Okay. I mean, I think I've even stopped watching it on Discord. It was boring me. I was falling asleep every time I opened the VET chart. That and Zilliqa, and there was news on Zilliqa today as well. So we'll address that shortly. Okay, so the VETs, if there's Coinbase news on VET, now you know why it's moving. Might offer a short opportunity because other than listing on Coinbase, who's going to buy VET? What do we do with it? It's like one of those old dino coins. So let us know in the chat if anyone thinks VET is a vibe. And Elvin has just longed CAS for 104% on a 10x. Okay, Elvin, nice.
Nice one.
Very nice. Geez, guys, that's amazing. Tasman is short OP. Greg, you're a beast, eh? Greg's now long 20% on cyber. Renders printing. Jeez. Okay, guys. It's going nicely out there. Susan says, where do we get the charts of the live trading on Discord? I only see the trading view alarms. It's because I haven't started posting them, Susan. I need to actually do that. We were talking about it today. So a lot of the charts I do are on the Discord and we update them, but then there's some like VET, for example, which won't be there. And I need to actually start a section and update in there for you guys. So just give me a little bit of time. I'll get to it. So we've got a lot coming for you guys on Discord. It's gonna be a proper machine for you there that you'll be able to access. Marcus says the Asians love SXP. Well, let's hope they love it tonight, Marcus. And Michelle's laughing at VET. Exactly. What is VET? Okay, cool. Right. Enough chit chat. While we look at this, look at VET. It's looking aggressive here. Maybe a short brewing for us guys. Could be a nice resistance zone building up here. Maybe we get the old classic fake trend break, and then we can send it down. I like this, guys. I don't know if there's energy, if there's more energy in VET. You're listing on Coinbase. What else is going to keep it going? So I'm interested here. Potential VET short 0.017. That sort of area could be fun. So a little fake out and a rejection. I don't know if you guys like that idea. Don't all jump in at once, eh? we got to deal with this Naka as well. Nakamoto Games. Look at this thing. This thing just popped off, and look where it's rejecting. Okay, so guys, when you see these moves, these breakouts, you always just got to look for these horizontal areas. It always gets some kind of rejection going. And that's why we like that breakout out of those trends. You look for that rejection. You can catch your shorts up there even, and then you wait for that pullback. And that's when you get your nice buys, when that pullback holds. Okay, so Nakamoto, Rodolfo is loving Nakamoto. Hopefully he got that long. It happened very quickly today. It just popped. 0.45 was that breakout. So a nice little area. So it's shorts only now for Nakamoto. You've missed your long. If you weren't long up here on this break, or you weren't long here where we got the 618 buy, you're looking for rejections in these zones now. Just try and understand the news behind this whole thing before you start randomly shorting. You need to understand what's going on, what type of news it is. Marcus says VET is boring like hell, but the fundamentals of VET are awesome. So Marcus is in it for the tech. That's nice. Okay, Uzi, we'll look at CFX for you as well. Okay, Sol's looking good. Bruce, can you do Sol for us?
Yeah.
Okay, cool, guys. So I'm gonna, yeah, go for it. I'm gonna let you take over the screen for a while, and I'll see what's going on in the chats here, and then guys, we'll grab some of your charts afterwards as well. We'll go through them.
You got it. Yeah, I've been watching Sol. I mean, on a higher time frame for sure, it is absolutely setting up for and it deserves a recovery. The problem that I've got with Sol is that every time I think this is where it's going to break through, and then drops another level. I think it's going to break through there, and then drops another level. So I'm personally being a little cautious with it. Kind of my confident area is down around the $15 area. But it's definitely gathering support right over here above the 1768 level. What I'm going to do, I know Dylan got in a little earlier, but what I'm personally going to look for it to break that trend right over there, and then wait for a confirmation retest above where we entered over there, at which point that's a confirmation that we're likely to be heading, the start of a new trend that's heading bullish. But I'm absolutely just simply being patient, because I think this is going to be one of the best moves we have in the next little bit. But I'm personally not ready for it yet. Because maybe I've just been fooled one too many times. What I am looking at closely right now is Blue Zell. I've over the last couple of days took a couple trades on this puppy, and I'm looking again. Hang on. So I'll zoom in on the 15. Second, there we go. So I got a long off of there. These are all on a confirmed trend. I missed the short right there, but what I'm looking at right now is that would have been a good entrance here. But what I'm looking at right now is the fact that it broke through the trend line, came back and retested, right? And now it is seeming to, and you can tell from these candles right there, it's seeming to print rejection off that area right there, which I've temporarily put in. I don't know if it's going to hold, but I've temporarily put in the beginnings of a downtrend line. And if that holds, that'll be the beginnings of a nice short. The reason being is that basically Blue Zell has been operating in this range for a little while, so that would be natural for it to come down. What I would love to see again is 0.1 confirmation that it's rejecting, and then catch in the next short right there. That would be my ideal setup for that. So be patient for it. This might take another day or so to set up, but it'll be if it does that, that'd be pretty high confidence, lower risk trade. You could try and short right there. It's clearly rejecting, but for me, it would already have too big of a stop. Yeah, that'd be just shy of 2.5%, which is more than I'd want to put into this. But if it comes back and comes to that trend line again, I can get a nice entry with a really tight stop on it. So that's high on my list.
These big pumping coins are very scary to short, but if you get it right, you can get rewarded very well.
Yeah.
But just be careful out there, guys.
Yeah, and the thing is that if you try and catch the ends of it, that's where you get crazy wicks that blow, wicks like that blow you out of the water. Which is why I'm just patient with it. I'd rather capture the middle, 80% of this thing, right? So, capture that 13%, then try and capture the whole move. It's a lot safer, and a lot more predictable. So I look for the middle. I am looking at cyber. Greg got that one this morning. I think he got that one down over here, if I remember correctly. But it broke the trend line just now. So what I'm looking for in this one is it came up. Actually, it's come back down. That happened from when I looked at it last time. But I want to see it basically come back, retest, and that would be probably a pretty good long from there. If you look at it on a higher time frame, you can see that it just performed. It just basically drew a beautiful wedge at a strong support area. So that would be, to me, a decent long over there. And you're looking at a pretty good recovery. I mean, not even going to the top of that spike over there, but even to this area right there, you're looking at, right even to that's 30%, that's 50%. So, don't be greedy with this, but just capture the next level, and the recovery could be pretty healthy. So I'm watching that one to get an entry. And Tomo, I got a long on it yesterday. I closed it before bedtime, which is what I'm doing these days. Just in my world, I don't feel like worrying about trades overnight because things are so choppy. They go up, they down, they go up, they go down. These trends don't last in my experience overnight. Like you get into, for me, I trade the US market, but then I go to bed and the Asian market has a different idea. So what I thought was up becomes down. So personally these days, I'm just grabbing the couple percent I can get, closing it all out, waking up in the morning and doing it again. Right now, basically Tomo's been hovering in this range. We took a trade off the bottom of the range. I think some of you guys got this one, which is beautiful, but right now it's in no man's land. So I'm going to personally wait for it either to show real continuation there, which it's not right now, or come back down, retag over here to get along again, or let it go all the way to the top and take a short. Because hold on, we were on an after party yesterday, and said that's saying a trend is your friend until the end. So someone else came up with a new one. A trend is your friend until it bends. Was the new saying from last night, and that's
I like that.
it was really cute. They were all chuckling over it. But here's the thing: is typically they just laws of inertia, laws of motion. A token will continue in the direction that it's going, whether it's ranging, being bullish, being bearish, until something acts on it to change that. So right now, Tomo is ranging, so I'm going to assume it's going to continue ranging until something, an order, a large order, something that maneuvers it out of this range, at which point then we reevaluate. But right now, Tomo is hands off until it determines what direction it's going to go in. And that's what I've got for now.
Nice, Bruce. Somebody asked us to check Woo. It seems to be breaking a trend, but the overall pattern I'm seeing is actually a massive head and shoulders. Before David jumps in, I'll just want to show Woo to everybody. I did drop a chart in the chat there for you guys.
WU?
WOO.
Oh, WOO, okay.
Look at this thing. Giant head and shoulders situation going on here. So yeah, if this plays out, you're looking at quite a big move down to this 0.10 level. If we zoom in, you can see there is a bit of trend pressure here, and it might actually be looking for a bit of a pop. How big, we obviously can't say, but you can see it's putting a little bit of pressure there. If you are long Woo, just look out over there. If you get that pop up, you're going to look for that rejection, and then you can figure out what your next move is there, but overall, bigger picture, it's looking a little bit sad to me. Bigger picture, but doesn't mean we can't have bounces in between. Okay, cool. Dave, fire it up.
Yes, sir.
0.
Yeah. All right. Can you see that?
Yeah.
You guess? Okay, cool. So to start things off, I just had an alert that went off on ADA. So if you guys want to take that short with me, I just took it. So there's a couple trend lines that I'm seeing here on ADA. First of all, the RSIs are topped out on the 1 hour. I don't think there's anything bullish about ADA. It just keeps going down. It's respecting this trend line here. So we're Tuesday, so 29th of August, from this trend line coming down here. We have an order block on the 1 hour on Lux Algo as well. So that is why I took the short. The scenario I'm thinking is going to play out is it's just going to come back down here, maybe form some new lows. But there is the scenario of this other trend line going all the way back. That the trend line that starts on July 19th of this year. You can see it touched here, touched here, touched here 3 times. So there could be a 4th one here. So the other scenario I'm seeing on ADA coming up here, coming back down here. So I would say, and what's cool about ADA, I think it's a little bit safer play. It's just, it's not one of the crazy tokens that has these 10% swings. We got a 2.5%, 3% room here to enter, ladder in, however you guys want to take the trade. You guys know your risk management. And if it starts to break the trend, then I would say pay attention to this wick here. Maybe start cutting it or stop loss around like 26, 24. There's my thoughts on that one.
I like this. It's a classic breakout of trend and rejection at a horizontal, fake out. Everyone gets excited, and then there's a short that comes in there, 0.254. That sort of area that you've marked there. I dig that.
Yeah, and the other thing too is if we are going to see a fake out on ADA, you know, you could see something. That's why I'm saying pay attention to this wick here, right? Everybody gets excited, and then there could be a heavy rejection around here. So set your alerts, but those are kind of the scenarios I'm seeing. You know, if it gets up here, wait for the reaction. I might add some more here on the ADA short. Link.
Big bear. Dave's a massive bear the last 2 days.
Well, I
So
mean,
much
guys,
short
if we were in a bull, like, I mean, I was taking tons of longs whenever we went from like 25 to 30. You know, now we're from 35 to 25. So my, you know, and if we get some strength, if we see some things in the market, you know, obviously a good trader, you have to be able to change your bias quickly. There are some longs that I'm seeing, like, you know, DYDX looks like a nice long injective break a trend. But I feel like majority of the wins will be in some short plays.
Yeah, and we've seen a nice mix. We've seen a nice mix of longs and shorts. I mean, even Link now is looking a bit sad, but we've got other guys pumping. Yeah, it's definitely a nice conditions to practice a little bit of everything here.
Yeah, I think whenever we get to the bull market, you know, leading up to it, everyone should try to learn how to master the shorts and master the longs. You should be able to maximize and play it up and down. So for Link, this is a trend line that I showed last week. I haven't modified it. You can see the bottom of this wick here. It touched right here. It touched right here, and you know, it had this little deviation. It's coming back up, and every time I see this, not every time, but usually, it like hugs this trend line here and starts to go down. And with that being said, I think on the 1 hour, here's this order block here. You know, you guys can see it's fighting it, right? So I see it coming down from here, which is why I enter the short. And this was a drawing that I drew, I think like 2 Fridays ago. It was a 5% move, and same thing here. It's probably just going to be a 5% move. It'll probably at least touch these wicks down here. I have an alert set at 5.61, which would probably be a take profit and potentially a long if there's some heavy support here. Right, so I'd like to play it both ways, write it down, and then maybe write it up. But here I'm going to be very, very cautious, waiting for the reaction, looking at what Bitcoin's doing, if it's at the bottom of the Keltner channel, so on and so forth. And then zooming out, you know, we do have another order block here, resistance area. So if you guys want to build a swing short here, maybe it'll play out. But as far as like short term, I think Link is going to come down here. So,
well, guys, if you're looking for trade setups, you've definitely come to the right place. We got shorts everywhere. We got longs everywhere. I mean, there's something for everybody here. We've even got degen tokens as well. It's all happening here. What else are you looking at, Dave?
So yeah, some things I'm watching. So I have an alert set here at Fetch. Man, I had a short at 25.66. I feel stupid for closing it, but looking to enter another short. You know, about 2,300. I have the alert. Just watching this trend line, right? So obviously, if it breaks the trend, starts to come up, get out. But as of now, there's nothing that's in the story that's telling me to long this thing. You know, probably do something like this. Touch this bottom wick here.
Yeah, I mean, it's easy. You can turn bullish when you break the trend, guys. So there's no rush for anything here. You can play that short setup. You can let it break trend, retest, then you can get long. And like David says, when you have new information in front of you, you just switch to what's going to work.
Yeah. 15 minutes, got some order blocks here. So we'll see. And there's one up here on the 1 hour. Open alert set here as well. You guys can see how it reacts on that order block. So, and then Atom, I wish it was a token that continues to pump, but it's not. It used to be one of my favorite tokens to long, but right now I'm looking to short it. So got this trend line here, got an order block here. So I have an alert set here if you guys want to set it with me. 6.65. Kind of seeing it doing something like this. Coming back down. It might even wake up, dance around this order block, fake out, break a trend, and then comes down. So we'll see. That's something I'm looking at. And yeah, couple last notes here. So yeah, DYDX, I have this support box. You talked about it, Dylan. It looks really nice, if it can wick back down here and because you guys can see here, this bottom wick here. So I'm not in the trade. You guys can see it's a 6% distance from the low. So, I have a long alert here, an alert here as well. But yeah, let's add an alert right here. That'd be potential long position. Yeah. So I like DYDX. I mean, it'd be nice to see it. It likes to do these attempts at the moving average. So if we can find a position here, that could be a nice.
Yeah, if we get a nice
pair.
early entry down here, Dave, I mean, the amount of shorts that we're building up on this DYDX at that 200-day, that resistance area you're showing there, if you get a nice entry at the bottom and you ride this thing up and this market turns even more bullish, I mean, we're going to get that squeeze at the top there. You're going to get a bonus 20%. I mean, do you remember how this DYDX pumped in January? I went long link and didn't take DYDX. The charts looked identical. And DYDX probably did 3 or 4 times more than what Link did in January this year. I mean, look at that move. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Wow. I like DYDX. I love trading this token. I love shorting and longing it. Oh yeah, you guys can see here we're at this order block on the 8 hour, which is representing this green box. And I have alerts set here. I mean, hey, if we can touch this wick, I'd love to add to it or enter there, but definitely keep it on your watch list, in my opinion. Okay, and then something I'm seeing on Bluzelle. I'm not in the trade. It's a crazy token. It's in the Wild West, but we've got this. We got this top of trend here, top of trend here. I've got a fib drawn from the top to the bottom here, 618, and you can see what I'm seeing. It's kind of like it's like holding these two 618 regions. This other 618 is from this low on Monday the 4th. I think this is the same one you have, Dylan, up to this high as well. So interesting. I mean, 2 different scenarios. I see it touching the top of the trend, or the whales have been building their shorts and they're going to send it down. So I'm interested to see how it plays out.
Look, everyone here is very puzzled as to why BLZ has been doing so well, and I'm talking about the research guys. They're just not. It's not making sense. So I think perhaps when it does fall over, it's going to fall over nicely.
Yeah, I think it's easily manipulated here, guys, because I think I talked about it last time, but it's number 332 on CoinGecko, so it doesn't really take too much to move a token like this, and which is what's probably going on. The market's coming down. These whales got to protect their money, and I'm sure there's like an inside group that they're saying, "Hey, long Bluzelle and pump it." And, we're just, as retail traders, we're trying to be ahead of the game on that.
There's a note that Bluzelle is hold on a second, in chat, someone had some info on it. Where'd it go? Blue Zell is a GameFi play in Singapore, and Arthur Hayes is behind it. So thanks, Cliff.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So how bullish or how high can this thing go based on bullish news? There will be a point it tops out, and you can see like how Dylan has drawn those trend lines here. It touched once, kind of deviation, touched twice, and then there'll probably be another one here. We'll see. And then CAS, not financial advice, guys. I'm laddering into this thing. We're sitting at an order block. I started the position yesterday. I posted it in Discord, added some more here this morning, and I'm ready to add some more at this order block. I just don't think it's going to reach the all-time high, and I could be wrong, but I'm willing to go down and take the loss if we get there. But the reason why I really like the strategy of building this swing short, essentially, this could be a double top potentially. Maybe it comes up here, tries to be the double top. I've seen it so many times where it doesn't quite hit the top and curves back down, and obviously there's going to be some bounces along the way, but I'm looking to hold this as a swing short for, if it was to reverse from now, 26% down to the 618 where it reacted, right? So I feel like it's going to revisit this 618 region, and I think it'll pay out very nicely. So adding more to the position, let's just say it keeps going higher, then we are looking more at like 30% move. And I think position like CAS, if you guys are new to trading, I would stick to maybe like 5x leverage. Don't do anything crazy, because this CAS is doing its own thing and has its own party and doesn't really respect some of these trend lines and fibs and stuff. Some of them it will, but it's definitely another one of those Wild West tokens. And yeah, we'll see how it goes.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, look, when we get to the highs, 0.051 area, I think I might be interested there. But I mean, I like your strategy. It's just like, CAS has hurt me 3 times. I don't want to jump in now, but that's just my personal thing with CAS. But yeah, I'm keen at that potential double top you're talking about.
Yeah, we'll see. So again, guys, this is just what I'm doing. Don't feel like you have to follow me here. I explain my strategy and what I'm doing, what I'm looking at, and we'll see if it works. But other than that, I think that's it. I saw this objective break a trend. Might hop on a long on a retest. We'll see. I was kind of eyeing, thinking that I was going to keep going lower, but yeah, we'll see. So anyways, that's it for me.
Oh, Dave. Okay, so guys, remember, I mean, we've all developed our own sort of strategy and how we trade, how we manage risk, how we manage stops, where we exit, that sort of thing. You need to do, like David says, what's working for you. You need to, maybe if you're not sure what works for you, you need to try a few things and see how you react mentally to it. Because not everyone can sit and build a short position. There's something about seeing your negative P&L just growing as you build this position. It's not for everybody. So you need to find out or figure out your makeup and what affects you in your trading to determine how you go about things. So try the methods we say, figure out what works for you, and just manage your risk, guys.
Yep.
Don't do something you're too uncomfortable with, obviously. Lord Bruce, what do you have? Any Tomo action? Anything happening there yet?
No, I showed it earlier. It's in the middle of nowhere right now.
Okay, so nothing yet.
Nothing.
Okay, Chris, you were short XRP.
I'm still short XRP. I'm a bit
Show
nervous on it, but let's see what happens.
Let's see. Maybe we'll join you.
Let's see. So I saw here, I basically shorted the 618, the good old faithful. And here's my setup. So I drew the fib down this dump here, and I saw that we been fighting to break it as a resistance area. So then came down to the lower time frames, and you could see we had made a high here, we failed back down, we made a lower high, and then I took my initial short basically on this wick onto the 618. You can see that we're still making another lower high. So at the moment, I'm still fine on this position, and potentially could get another wick up. So I've put an extra entry, which is just about 1.5% up. But if we start breaking, I'll start getting out if we start breaking this trend. And I'll start laddering more into the position if we start breaking these lows here. So we're still fighting that 618. It doesn't feel like the candles are, either if we pump up, then cool, cut the position. If we break down, then I'm looking for a break of this low over here, and then I'll add a bit more to the position. And if we can break this low over here, and then just let it go. The main reason is, I'm looking at it is because pretty much whenever there's anything bullish that's happening, like XRP goes nowhere. Ever since the SEC news, it's just been trending down and down. So I think if we get more downside, then XRP will dump again. And I mean, this candle down here is really enticing. I'd love for it to come and revisit that, whatever pushed it up from up here down here. But yeah, so it's a very low risk play, low leverage at the moment, and then I'm waiting for these confirmations to start getting lower lows to add to the position. And if the candle does start closing above the 618, then I won't be adding anything more to the position, and I'll close it. I'll close it if we start creating highs and breaking this trend line over here. So
cool. Well,
yeah,
it looks a lot like some of these other alts as well, Chris, pushing into nice resistance areas. So it's a nice looking setup. This XRP, very similar to some of the guys. So yeah, looking good here at the zone.
Yeah, I mean, the other thing is we've created a higher low here, which means that if we do start breaking up, then we're going to get that trend line kind of forming up to the upside, and then we can. So I'm kind of hoping that we get a double top here with the 618 as resistance, and then break down and create a new low. But if we break up and create another high, and then turn the 618 into support, can kind of play it the other way, and exit my short position and go long for the break of this trend. So yeah, that's the main thing I'm looking at. I think we've gone over Link, gone over ADA. The other one I've still got on my watch list is Sand, because we're coming also up into that 618, which is also forming a trend. So basically same play. I'm gonna see how price is reacting on this. How we get if we're looking weak into the 618 here for another tap, take a short. Otherwise, if we break it, then similar thing. We're starting to get high highs and higher lows, and then I'll look at the retest as a support zone to go long. I'm looking at a lot of these projects where we've had a serious amount of downside, and then they retrace. Like if, for instance, we did go back up to 30K from here, or 35K or something like that, and we start creating a new high for some crazy reason on Bitcoin. I mean, you've got a 618 on a lot of these projects is all the way up at, and that's could really look at building something there. If
got a
we do
question
turn
for you.
bullish. But at the moment, until we get that second higher high, I'll remain short.
Nice. Okay, guys, here's a question.
Yeah.
Mohammed wants to know
Cool.
about long-term coins. Can everyone give me one long-term coin that they want to buy to hold?
Or Taraxa.
Taraxa.
Bitcoin.
Okay, Taraxa, guys. Did someone say Bitcoin?
Yeah,
You said
Bitcoin.
Bitcoin. Huh.
It's the only long-term hold.
Okay, Bruce, what do you got? What do you hold?
Solana. Well,
Solana.
I've got a bunch, but Solana is my big one.
Taraxa, I like Taraxa. I think it's Simon found that for us. Guys, Simon is incredible at finding these tokens. You must follow him on Twitter, Chaos, CHAOSS. We're bringing something for you guys soon, so just be patient. But we're gonna be finding, we're gonna have like a shitcoin hunter, basically, and put it in the Discord for you guys.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
things
That's
like Taraxa, I think what was that other one? RLO. I think he found that one. He's on something called Space. He's super bullish on Space.
Yeah.
Okay, so Bruce says Solana, Taraxa
Yeah.
for day. Chris says Bitcoin. Jay, what do you got?
Sorry, the question is, when are we going to buy these?
No, it doesn't matter when. This is like you buying it for your grandkids.
Yeah,
Yeah.
DCA.
Okay. I'll answer that question towards the end of the year. The reason why I'm saying that is that
I love it.
No. The reason why I'm saying that is obviously at the end of the year, I think the alts will start bottoming out, and we're going to be looking for the gems that are going to potentially 100x. I don't think it'll be the coins that have already gone through a cycle. I think it'll be the new coins. And those are the type of coins that I'll be looking for. And the area, the time that I'm going to be looking. Hello?
Today, what are you buying today?
Today.
You have to buy a coin today. Mohammed wants to know, what are we buying long term? Give me one. You got to have something you like.
Yeah.
Forget about the price.
VRA. I like VRA.
Veracity.
Veracity. Yeah.
Veracity,
Nice.
good.
Okay,
Without
we'll take
top-
Veracity. Somebody
Yeah.
says Luna. I believe they're joking. I think they're teasing us.
That's funny.
Okay, there's a few comments for Cass. I think Cass, yeah, guys, I think Cass is actually a thing. I think you got to choose a gaming token as well.
Yeah.
Maybe PYR or
Yeah.
Garlic.
Veracity is gaming.
Okay, cool. AI, I think you need an AI in the mix. I think AGIX got something going on there, some good deals, things like that. Games for a Living, GFAL, good one.
Yeah.
JJ says Engine. Guys, there's a lot of cool
A lot
ideas
of
in
good
the chat.
tokens. Yeah.
Yeah, there's actually so many. What I can suggest is maybe pick 10 of your best and just try and just build size on those. Obviously, do your research, figure it out, and then build size. Don't have like 30 little ones. Or I don't know. This is just an idea from me. So yeah, maybe just bigger size. You just keep building those. Farah says injective. Injective, yes. I like that. PYR. Render, yes. There's so many. So yeah, just look in the chat, guys. You'll see there's good ones there. Yeah, Taraxa, Dave. Space.
Yeah.
Simon likes space. We'll get him on you. We'll get Simon on you to talk this stuff. Okay, I see Roon is starting to move.
And Dill, I got a Tomo did show up with a trade.
Okay, look at Roon. Okay, give us Tomo. Is there an entry now, Bruce?
Yeah, right now.
Okay, God. Brace yourselves.
Yeah, well,
Come.
I've got a caveat with it, but I often do. So basically it's been on an uptrend, formed a wedge right over there, and it's just peeking through that wedge. So you could have a pretty tight stop literally right there for trade to the top of the range. And you can get really tight in there because if it breaks below that trend line, then we're out of luck and it's going back down. So I'm going to give it a shot. But I've got one caveat with it, which is that for a while it has had a really tough time breaking that level, right? So it's been banging up against it, rejecting it. If it breaks through, I would say I'll enter the trade, and if it breaks above that level, then we're home free. If not, then I'd start being cautious. But that's what I see for Tomo right now.
You miss 100% of the shots you don't take, eh?
That's right. That's right. That's exactly right. If you're not playing,
I
you're
might
not
join
winning.
you. I might
Yeah.
join you. See, SXP's also moving. Wait, I'm gonna long Tomo here.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it right now too. So anyway, that just happened.
Okay,
So
I'm longing small Tomo.
yeah,
Rest of the stuff. Ooh, Sol's moving nicely. Yeah, my trade's turning
Yeah.
very green here.
and I gotta go
SXP's
do
moving
it
nicely.
too.
Okay, let's go. Guys, I'm longing Tomo here with Bruce. What's my stop, Bruce?
Your stop is right just under that trend line. So I got my stop at, oh, good grief. It's really tight. Mine is you. I knew you give it more room, but I gave it to 1.2251. So
Okay.
it's like
Fire
just shy
it
of
up.
1%. Yeah.
Send this thing. Okay.
I just did it
Tomo,
too.
good. Nice, guys.
Yeah.
All your
Trading.
longs are making me nervous about my short here.
No, if everyone's long, then your shorts are right. You must know the
Yeah.
rules of crypto by now. If everyone's long, we're wrong. Yeah.
That's right.
That's just how it works. Okay, SXP, look at that. It's starting to push into resistance. So just watch that one. We've got Roon was looking okay just now. Let's see. Roon's trying to move. So I've still got my eyes on this resistance zone here. Let's see what happens. Should get some kind of rejection there. We might get a lovely buy on that pullback as well for Roon. That's a nice one. Somebody asked me to look at Lena. Let's pull Lena up here. Lena is in the Discord, I think. I haven't updated today, guys. I owe you an update in Discord. Okay, so Lena, I think there's time on Lena. I don't think there's any rush here. I don't think you're missing out on anything. There's a lot of work for Lena to do on this 8 hour, for example. This is resistance now, right here where it is. So just be careful there. 0.0104 is resistance. If we get up there, we still got to deal with the trend. We still got to deal with a potential rejection there. I mean, this is a huge area on Lena. If you get that move lower again, there's your buys. You can see this nice little range developing here. So yeah, with regards to Lena, there's no long for me here where we are. You need to let things play out a little bit now. See what happens there. Let's pull up CFX. Somebody said, is it going up or is it going down? Well, let's see. It's going sideways. Sideways is a thing. Okay, so this is what we were looking for the other day. A little bit of a creep along into a trend. Let's see, it's not looking too bad. It's a Chinese token, I believe. So when the Chinese things look good, they seem to push it along. That and Flamingo, there's a couple of others. Look here, there's a list here on the side here, Chinese tokens. CFX, FLM, File for some reason was in that list. Lena is one of them. ZIL, Q Quantum, and PHB. Okay. So I think, yeah, maybe we need to look at some of these as well. CFX, wait for this trend break. Your support is 0.11. That's your support level. If we lose that, we are going dark. It's going deep here. We're going 26%. 0.08. It's not going to be fun. So, oh, it might be fun if you're short. If you get that, there's your sell on the retest. Or if you get, we spoke about this one, you get the mother of all shorts over there, and then you can really send it down. So that could be a nice setup brewing there. But right now it looks, if it breaks that trend, you might start looking for a move higher short term. Steven says DYDX trying to break up. Yeah, it was looking all right. What happened to Mover? MOVR. Okay, let's look at Mover. And TRB. We had a lot of requests for TRB the other day. Let's look at those two. I've got to add this to my watch list. I keep forgetting. Okay, let's add it right now. Okay, TRB is on the list. Okay, so people love to talk about this golden cross. Here's the golden cross, the 50-day MA crossing over the 200-day, moving up. So that's a nice little bullish symbol. Resistance. Look at the selling. Wow. How's this? How's that candle? Is it safe on this one to say wait for a pullback? Sometimes these things just absolutely explode. This could be a tricky one. Sometimes, guys, sometimes you got to go 236 fib. You got to go for that tighter move back. This looks like something nice. Maybe you can look for something like that. Watch this trend coming up. So you could look for buys on this trend, perhaps, guys. This is the 12-hour. Let's look at 4-hour. Maybe try something like this. Otherwise, if it does break early, you want to get it up there. So let it break up, let it pull back, and let it confirm this as support. When you know that this is going to hold, then you can look for that push higher. Somebody said they just bought 100K of Tara. Or no, they're asking.
Well, asking someone did, yeah.
Let's look at that thing. So this thing is actually linked to CAS, if I'm not mistaken, Dave.
I think it's a fork, and I was also looking at it. It looks like it's at a potential support region. If you look at August 4th, where it kind of topped out now.
Dylan,
yeah.
When you get a chance, I got asked about UNFI, which is pumping right now.
Do you want to do that for us?
No, go for it. You got it. Just I got asked.
Okay. And look, if you're DCAing, you could count that as a nice support zone there.
Mm-hmm.
You might have a trend break. But I mean, as it stands, this is resistance right now. But if you're DCAing, it's not the worst thing. But you need to do your research. You got to make sure that you like this thing. Just because Simon likes it doesn't mean you must like it. But he does have a track record, and he has found some absolute bangers.
Hey, Dill.
Oh, he's here.
I'll
be talking about you.
Tell us.
I got a message. I got a message from someone to say I'm being spoken about. I just got out of the hospital, and I thought I'd prop on for about 10 minutes.
Your ears were burning.
Tell us.
Sorry that my camera's not on. I'm in the car. What are we talking about? Can I offer any advice on anything?
No, somebody was just saying you're incredibly good looking. So they were asking him.
Oh, thank you.
No,
I got that from you.
You have this unique ability of finding these coins. I don't know how you do it, but somehow you do it. And we were asked which coins we would buy, and David suggested Taraxa, T-A-R-A, and then I spoke about Space that you like. And then I basically told everyone to follow you on Twitter. So that's pretty much what you did, yeah.
Yeah, if you guys do follow me on Twitter, that is probably the best place to see these more degen coins. Space is 100% my top conviction for the next bull run by miles. So yeah, that's a good recommendation.
Okay, guys, you heard it here. Space.
It's not just Space, they've got a new DEX that's now taking off. It's only 2 weeks old. It's like picking up Uniswap on week 1. You know, it's seriously undervalued. Now's a good time. especially when the
Just
market is down.
tell everyone what your Twitter handle is, please. How do they follow you?
Yeah, sure. It's just at and then Simon Twits, SIMONTWITS, Simon Twits.
Okay, guys, there you go. So there's some hot secret tips for you. We are bringing something special with I keep saying shitcoin hunting, and I don't want to offend anybody because but yeah, Simon is excellent at this, and we're gonna have a little section for you soon where you'll find special secret sauce in the Discord. So just hang around with us. Just get on that Banter Discord. You'll get all this cool stuff. Okay, so that was space that I was looking at. If you guys can still see my chart, I hope this is the right one. I think it is. Simon's super bullish on this one.
It should be around $9 now, Dill, give or take.
Yeah, 9 on the button. I did actually buy space 2 days ago, so it is.
Oh, that's why it's gone down.
It is in my lucky packet. Okay, cool. So Simon, thanks. Let's not give all your tokens in one day. We got to save. We'll drip feed you guys a little bit every now and again. We'll give you some good stuff. Okay.
I've got you
Uzi
more for next time. No.
Okay, see guys, there's 2 more coming, so you better come back tomorrow. Who's the best shitcoin artist that says we need one? Uzi, we have our own resident one. He's an expert. Okay. You won't get better. I mean, this guy found Cass. He's like 7,000% up or something. And you can see by his laughing, he's enjoying it.
Don't know what you mean. Don't know what you mean, bro. It's only a 65x though. It's not that bad.
65x, guys. I mean, it's okay. Okay, nice. Let's look at some more, and then I think I need to jump also in about 5 minutes. Okay, Rodolfo posted Simon's Twitter handle in the chat if you guys are looking for it. Uzi wants Phantom. Let's look at Phantom. Boring. Very boring Phantom. I mean, we're getting Naka 11% up, Cass 8%, Magic 6.7, Roon is 5.6% up. Phantom will wake up at some point. They're going to get tired of shorting it. Same as Sol, guys. Don't sleep on Sol. Don't forget, don't have a memory loss on Sol. Remember, Sol doubled in size in a couple of weeks. And there's no reason it won't do it again when people move on to it. You heard Bruce talking. It's one of his biggest bags, and there's a lot of good news on Sol, and the research guys love Sol. A lot of good deals happening with Sol. So don't lose sleep on it, because when it starts moving, it's going to move. Phantom. Be patient on Phantom here. Let's see what happens at this trend. You can see there's a resistance area here. Got to watch this guy. Okay, looks very similar to a lot of these alts. ADA comes to mind. Looks like that. XRP looks like that. So you're looking for this move up into short country. That's that's the way things are setting up right now. If all these charts were inverted, we'd be saying buy the trend, buy the horizontal, and long. Okay, so let's just flip it back. That's what we're looking for. So that is actually that's the setup we're seeing out there. So if we are wrong, we break these trends, we retest, we hold the support, and then we go. But if we're right, this is, these are the areas. These are the good areas where we get rejection. Uzi is stuck in a Phantom long. Uzi, how stuck are you? Because it went pretty low the other day. Let us know what your entry is. Looking at this chart, it looks like Phantom will go up maybe to 0.19. If it does hit that area, I definitely suggest cutting a little bit if we get that high.
Sorry, Dylan, did you go through comp? COMP?
Chris was trading comp, I think. I had it open.
Yeah, I took a sneaky long in the golden zone when the retrace happened. It's currently not doing much. It's pumped about 8 or 9%.
Yeah, that was a big move. Comp does move, so it might not even be over yet. It might go some more. Let's see where this fib is tying in. So we pull a fib, guys, low to the high. Okay, look at that. I love the science. It's the best. And another, guys, another visit of the wicks. You see that so often.
That blue line is what, the 100 moving average or the 200?
200.
Okay.
200. So comp, yeah, maybe some flaggish. Let's see. Maybe something along these lines. That could be nice. Otherwise, you got your 618 lower down here. Makes sense. But nice move, yeah. Nice move. This is 382, guys. 382 support. Good work. Who's that? Oz said he missed or she missed her entry or his entry shorting OP by 0.0003. Well, maybe it's a blessing. Huh?
Yeah.
Maybe it was a good build. Let's see. I've got, well, we got the double top here on Optimism. Let's see. We've zoomed in here. This is the 1 hour now. Okay. So that's not bad. Let's see how that plays out. Where do you buy space? I think you can buy space on MEXC.
Yeah, you can.
Okay, guys, I need to jump. I'm happy if you guys want to carry on, do some more things if you guys want
I
to.
think we're good for the day.
Yeah, I also need to go. Thanks.
Okay, cool. Jay, bring some more tokens tomorrow. Hey, we want some more fundamental tokens from Jay as well tomorrow. We want to know what else you're buying other than Veracity. You must have some secret bags there, Jay. Must have.
And then I'm coming to visit you on Saturday.
Are you?
Yeah.
Nice. We'll put Jay on this couch behind me while
There
we
we
go
go.
live. Yeah.
I need to find some a black outfit though. So yeah.
No, you have to be you want to come in the doors, yeah.
I'll mail you one.
Nice, everybody. BTC still looks all right. It looks like we got some support here at this 382.
Yep.
Let's see how we go. Maybe we get something like that. Just like we traded the longs down here, I would expect we could get a short opportunity on a fake out over there. So let's see.
Yep.
If we just play like for like, it could make sense.
Yep.
And yeah, that's pretty much everything from me.
Cool.
That was fun as usual, guys.
Have a
Hopefully you
great day.
guys got something out of that. We'll see you tomorrow again. Good luck, everybody.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
everyone.
Have fun.
Thank you, Dill. Thank you.